Hey guys, back again to talk best in the world and a few other stuff. Mainly best in the world. A few other stuff's gonna be in the background. And so some really good wrestling I want to get into. I want to make this one announcement. The top 100 matches of the year thing might not happen, or if it does happen, it will be incomplete. And if I do it, I won't make a big introduction about it. I'll probably just put it on Twit longer and then copy the URL in one of my videos. Mainly because it's getting really late in the year. We're already further into 2014 than we have left of 2014. We're more than halfway through 2014 is the human way to say it. So I think just uploading it, even by my standards, uploading it at this point is just really too late. And the reason why I'm always so behind and why I've been so behind for years is because every year I catch up on all these shows and then I have to catch up on specific matches for the top 100 list. Like specific matches, like in random promotions all over the fucking country that I look up and I watch and I add onto the list. Like matches from Beyond or from AIW, AAW, even from various Japan promotions. I spend so much time looking for specific matches that I just get so behind on shows. And I figure the best way to go about this is to just catch up on shows first. So that's what I'm doing. I'm catching up on shows first, and that might mean that I might not have a list at all this year. And if so, who cares? It's late in the year. It's my fault. I'm sorry, but yeah, I just don't think I just don't think it's a good idea. I think it's better for me to move on and do other things. And son of a bitch, did I just delete everything? Oh boy. Yeah, sorry. I'm looking at a Word document that I was on. Okay. I got it back. Phew. All right, good. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna focus on a few things here, from what I had aside from the Best in the World pay-per-view. But let's talk about Best in the World for the majority of this stuff, and then I'll get to the other shit later. Best in the World, I thought was a very good show from ROH. I actually had a lot of fun watching it. This is the first time in a long time, where I was in my room, in my home, not in my dorm, in my room, ordering something on pay-per-view from 8 to 11 and watching it from 8 to 11 on my TV, not on my computer, on a Sunday night. God, I don't think I've had this feeling since... It's been a while. Because nowadays, whenever I order... Before I started going to college and before I started going to WrestleMania weekend, when I would order big pay-per-views, I would go watch it in my family room. But as far as in my bedroom, watching a pay-per-view from 8 to 11 on a Sunday night, I legitimately believe the last time that's happened was Bound for Glory 2011. Legitimately. So it just brought me back to old days. I got very nostalgic because I used to watch pay-per-views in my room all the time. And so I had a really good vibe throughout the entire show. And when the show finished, I actually had as more time elapses from the show, the more I like it. The more I think about the show, the more I like it. When it originally ended, I was like, oh, that was a good show. And then as time kept going, I'm like, damn, that was a fun 3 hours. That was a real good show. And I think that's how wrestling's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be the reverse effect, which is the case when you watch a lot of shows and you watch a lot of matches. Your initial reaction is that was amazing. And then as you're kind of not as in the moment as much, you think, okay, that was a great match, but it wasn't as good as I thought when it ended. This is the reverse, and I feel that's more important for wrestling to establish viability. If you look in the description box, every match has a 3+ star rating on it except one, and I thought the one that it didn't have that was still a solid match. I still enjoyed the match, so good stuff from ROH. Breaking down the first half of the card, the 6-man mayhem, very fun opener. Very happy to see ACH win. I think ACH is one of the top 5 most talented guys in that company, and he really hasn't been treated very well ever since he came to Ring of Honor. And a lot of that is there's rumors backstage, internet rumors, dirt sheets, whatever, that he's not very well liked, that he comes off very annoying, and that a lot of the wrestlers kind of get annoyed with his presence. And that's the story as to why he literally never wins. They use him a lot because he's a great wrestler, but he never, ever wins. So to see him win this match and win the #1 contendership to TV title made me very happy. And it was a very fun match. I thought I was really enjoying it. I thought all 6 guys did a very good job. So yeah, props there. Jay Lethal, Matt Taven. I thought this was all right. I thought the first half kind of sucked. I was really not into the match. But I think towards the end, when Taven did the handspring, spinning leg kick, roundhouse kick to the face. I think that kind of got the match going, and I think that got the crowd really into it. And then from there, they were able to carry the momentum, and they were able to have a fine, a really, really fun finish to the match. So I thought the match was fine. You know, I thought the first half wasn't good, but I thought the second half was very good, and it made for an overall fun experience. And I thought the match was solid. So props to both guys. I thought they did a good job for the most part. Although I will be honest, I'm still not a huge Matt Taven fan. I like the guy, but I don't know. I feel like there are better wrestlers in the company. Hopefully he proves me wrong. Cedric, Alexander, Roderick, Strong. I thought this was good. I guess I didn't like this match as much as most people did, though. I mean, I just thought it was a good match. Like, everyone on Twitter was, like, really marking out for it. I mean, I don't know. I liked it. I don't know what to say. I thought they told a great story. They have these two guys in particular have very good chemistry. Cedric Alexander is clearly on the rise, and that's a very, very smart decision by ROH. But I don't know what to say. I thought it was a 3-star match, and I know a lot of people on Twitter give it like 3.5, 3 3/4. I honestly don't have a reason why my rating's not higher. My initial reaction was, oh, that was a good match. Fun stuff. Good stuff. Sorry. The Briscoes versus Matt Hardy, Mike Bennett. I thought this match was very good. Everyone knows I'm kind of like a Matt Hardy apologist in ROH. It's not that I think like he's this amazing performer or anything. It's just that I think that he's different, and I think that he gets over. And whereas with someone like Mike Bennett, who's not over, Matt Hardy generally gets the crowd to care about what he's doing. And yeah, he's not like the best wrestler anymore. Well, he's also really beat up. And I'm not saying he should be like ROH champion or he should be like main eventing every show. But I'm just saying that he's a charismatic guy who knows how to talk, who gets over, and like, you know, can still has some ring presence to him. And I don't think there's a problem with him every now and then being involved in a moderately significant match to put someone over. And I thought that's exactly what this was. He took a huge bump off a ladder, suplex off a top ladder onto a table. Mad respect to him for that. That guy's taken way many more bumps in his career than he needs to. So mad respect to see him show commitment to ROH like that on this big pay-per-view. And the Briscoes were a lot of fun in this match. Mike Bennett also did a very, very good job in this match. So yeah, I've overall really, really enjoyed this match. Second best match on the show in my opinion. And like I said, Matt Hardy, again, not saying he should be ROH champion or anything, but I do think he has a place in Ring of Honor, and whereas most people don't think so, but I disagree. Kevin Steen versus Silas Young. This was a good match, but both this one and the reDragon Bad Influence match, I'll talk about these matches together. I thought both matches were good, although I guess I didn't like the Bad Influence match nearly as much as most people did. I mean, I thought it was a good match. Again, no real reason why my rating's not higher. Both these matches were good, but it was very clear that both these matches have more down the line. I think Bad Influence may be the team that beats reDragon for the ROH belts. I could be wrong about that, but that's just the vibe I get, especially since Kyle O'Reilly just became PWG champion. He's getting more over. It seems like ROH is ready to kind of give him a singles run. And I don't know any other team on the roster that can dethrone reDragon with the exception of maybe Hanson and Rowe. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of ROH TV this year, so I don't know how they're being pushed, but I get the feeling that that's the plan outline. And Silas Young, Kevin Steen. Originally, most people thought this was going to be Kevin Steen's last ROH match, but he's going to be here till the end of the summer pretty much. And he and Silas had a good match, and with the post-match angle where Silas fucked up his knee afterwards, it's clear that they're going to have another match down the line. So both these matches were good, but it's very clear that both of them were sort of put in place to build more moving forward. And that's both a good thing and a bad thing in the context of this pay-per-view. It's a good thing in the context of their first pay-per-view because, you know, ROH fans have a reason to keep watching the product because they introduce storylines to maybe some new ROH fans to show them what the product is going to be moving forward. And so that's very important, and that's very good to give the fans something to want to continue watching. The reason I think it's bad is because in both of these matches, particular instances, I think both reDragon, Bad Influence, and Kevin Silas Young held back. I'm not saying they didn't try. Of course, they all worked hard, everyone in both matches. But it was very clear watching that both of them were purposely, I feel like, because all 6 guys recognized that they had future matches down the line, this wasn't like the blow-off. They purposely didn't do as much as they would have in a blow-off. And there's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't have to kill yourself every show. But I feel like on their live pay-per-view, a lot of people have said this, and I kind of agree with it. On ROH's first live pay-per-view, ROH really needed a lot of memorable stuff. And the main event, the ending to the main event was very memorable. But they didn't really have as many memorable, high-quality mid-card matches that I think they needed. And both of these 2 matches, I think, were the only 2 matches aside from the main event that were really put in a position to go above and beyond and deliver something that the people, like, you know, that deliver something memorable, deliver like something great. And they both, I think, kind of didn't hit their ceiling as far as how great these matches can be, because there's going to be rematches in both cases. So again, good thing in that you create seeds to give fans something to look forward to moving forward. Bad thing in that when you purposely hold back, which normally wouldn't be a big deal, but on ROH's first live pay-per-view, not an instance when you should hold back. But obviously, again, all guys tried. It's not like they didn't work hard. They all worked really hard. But, like, you know, the matches didn't go as long as they could have, and, you know, the pacing, like, you know, clearly would have been a little different if it was in a blow-off type situation. So I understand. I just feel that ROH needed to put great performances in these spots. But again, that's just me. Adam Cole versus I wrote in my notes Adam Cole versus Michael Bennett. That's not right. Adam Cole versus Michael Elgin. I thought this match was great. I've heard a lot of people complain about the interference. I think they're kind of full of shit. I think interference is fine on the indies in a rare context where it's a big match feel. And this had a big match feel. It had a big crowd feel. It felt like a big deal. Interference here is okay. I think everyone is way overreacting. So many people, this is my biggest problem with indie wrestling fans. So many indie wrestling fans say, and I believe this too, that too many indies follow WWE booking, and they book things that are booked in WWE that shouldn't be booked in WWE, that are not good things, like kind of truisms in wrestling that we have just accepted, that, like, you know, DQs are okay, countouts are okay, like, you know, short title changes are okay, giving mid-carders the titles, the main championships okay, stuff like that. Money in the Bank, like, that's another one. There's a lot of truisms in the WWE that a lot of indie wrestling promoters just feel like this is how wrestling is, so we can do that in our promotions. And I feel, like most indie wrestling fans, that you can't just follow everything the WWE does. Not everything the WWE does is okay. WWE is not a very well-booked wrestling promotion at the moment. You can't just do everything they do, or else you will not have a well-booked product. With that being said, and I fully believe that, I feel indie fans take that one step far and say that anything in WWE is not okay on the indies. And every indie match, no indie match can have any shenanigans, any ref bumps, any interference, or any DQs, or anything like that ever, because it's sports entertainment. It's not wrestling. I just think that those complaints are full of shit. Like, shenanigans can add a lot to a match if it's done in the right context. The problem is WWE overdoes them. That's why they don't have an impact. But they can have an impact if you do them right. The best example of this is Sammy Callahan versus Adam Cole from CZW, A Night of Infamy 2011. That main event was booked for almost a full year. It was a big match feel, and they had a lot of interference, and it led to a big title change, and it was a great and very great match and a very memorable moment. So everyone that says that can really suck it, in my opinion. This match had that feel. The interference was warranted. I thought it helped the match, didn't detract from the match. I know a lot of indie fans feel differently. Fine, I disagree. I feel it really added to the match, and I thought this match was great. I've heard people say the match would have been better if there was no interference. That is such bullshit and just not true. These two guys had the BOOO main event in PWG, and they fought for the ROH title last September. Both those matches were like 20-minute matches with no interference, and this match got the crowd more into it than either of those two matches did. So that logic is just not true. You can say that the interference wasn't okay, we can disagree on that, but you can't tell me that without the interference, the match would have been better, because I've seen this exact match without interference, and it wasn't better than this match today. That's just bullshit. And as many people know, Michael Elgin won the title. It was a big moment, big celebration, great way to go off the year. ROH, this is probably the biggest deal they've ever treated an ROH title win. They had streamers, they had confetti, they made it seem super important. It came off really major league. It came off like Michael Elgin had just done something huge. And I think that was important because Michael Elgin, as many people have commented, kind of lost a lot of steam as a face and as an ROH champion because he's been fighting for the title for 2 years. Most fans have kind of already, think that the ship has sailed with him. So I think they needed to do something like this in order to give him any momentum as a face champion. As far as how's he going to be as champion, I think he's going to have great matches, and I think people are kind of understating how important that is. ROH hasn't had a champion who consistently delivered great matches since Tyler Black. And I love Kevin Steen. Kevin Steen's one of my favorite wrestlers in the world. I just think that Jim Cornette really limited how good a lot of his matches during his reign could have been. And I feel it's just very unfortunate for Steen in that regard. I feel Davey had a lot of good matches, but I feel Davey, towards the end of his reign, really turned off a lot of the ROH fan base because all his matches went so long. And so many ROH fans just got disinterested in his stuff because of that. And I feel that he did have great matches here and there, but it wasn't like on a night-to-night consistent basis. I think Michael Elgin can do that. I think he's that talented. Now everyone's commented he's like lost a lot of steam as a face. That's true. Will they turn him heel? Probably. I've heard an idea that he could be a tweener a la Samoa Joe and just beat the shit out of everybody. I like that idea a lot. So who knows how they're going to book him as champion moving forward. It was time for Adam Cole to drop the belt. I like Adam Cole a lot, but he wasn't ready to be ROH World Champion, I don't think. I don't think he's ready to deliver consistent main event matches that the ROH fans want to see. Michael Elgin, I think, is a better bet for that. So Lord knows what they're going to do, but I like to at least give it a chance, if nothing else. I thought the match was great. I thought the show was very good. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was a lot of fun. Had a really good time. I had a very good pay-per-view experience. It came off well on pay-per-view. It ended like right at 10:50. Perfect time slot for the show. And the main event was great, and it had a very memorable ending. That's what you want on a pay-per-view. So yeah, very, very, very good show from ROH, I would say. Other stuff. Let's see what I'm going to include. I'll include the 3 ROH shows at the end of 2013 that I already saw. Pursuit Night 1, Pursuit Night 2, and Final Battle 2013. All 3 shows are good. Ratings are in the description box. I saw these shows a long-ass time ago. I'm surprised I haven't reviewed them yet. I think I saw these shows like in April. I have no idea why I haven't reviewed them yet. I won't really go match by match because it's been a while since I've seen the shows. What I can say is on Pursuit Night 1, Jay Briscoe versus Silas Young, BOOO. Yeah, this match went like 2 minutes and ended with Jay Briscoe beating Silas Young clean. And I didn't want to really give it I didn't think it could give it a rating, and I didn't really have a reaction to the match. My only reaction was just boo. Treat Silas Young better than that. And ROH has since then. Adam Cole versus Jimmy Jacobs was really, really good. That was one of the best matches of Adam Cole's reign. Pursuit Night 2, reDragon versus CNC Wrestle Factory is probably the most underrated match of 2013. That's a great damn match that no one has seen. So I would definitely go out of my way to check that one out. The Fatal 4 was also a lot of fun. Mark Briscoe and Tommaso Ciampa is a really goddamn good match. That's one of the best Mark Briscoe singles matches I've ever seen. That's a really, really, really good match. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on that show. That's a great show. It's one of ROH's best shows from last year. Final Battle, very good show. There's some good stuff. There's some bad stuff. Not bad, just like kind of underwhelming. Like that reDragon versus Outlaw Inc. match could have been a lot better. I actually didn't think it was as bad as most people thought, but it could have been a lot better. I thought it was just okay. A lot of people thought it was terrible. I didn't think it was that bad. Kevin Steen versus Mike Bennett was a good match, but I expected a lot more. I did think it was good, but I thought like this would be like this like great classic Kevin Steen Final Battle match. Maybe I had too high expectations, but Young Bucks or Adrenaline Rush was like the biggest carry job I've ever seen by a tag team ever in wrestling. This match was very good, but all because of the Young Bucks. And everyone knows I'm a big ACH fan. But it was very, like in this match, Adrenaline Rush get like so little offense. It's not even funny. The Young Bucks could have done their moves to like Ricky Morton and Rob Gibson of the 2014 edition of the Rock and Roll Express, and they probably would have had the same quality of a match. Interesting to watch. And the main event I think is really, really good. Finish sucks, but it's a really, really, really good match. And I'll throw in my first 3 PWG reviews of 2013. I also saw these 3 shows these 2 shows. That's right, I haven't finished All-Star Weekend 9 Night 2. These 2 shows. I also saw these 2 shows a long-ass time ago. DDT4 I thought was very underwhelming. I thought it was kind of overrated. I thought the main event was very, very good. That's that. All-Star Weekend 9 Night 1. AR Fox and Samurai Silver versus Indian Machine Guns, great match. Most of you have probably already seen it by now. If you haven't, do it. Main event's very good, and Young Bucks versus Chuck Taylor and Johnny Gargano was a very, very good match. And I'll throw in a little Kevin Steen show reviews of the ones I've seen. They're all in the description box. You can see them all now. They're all good for the most part. The Full Case of Tales stuff is a lot of fun. The one with the All Night Express is really powerful, really, really strong. It talks about the 2012 Cornette run, and they're very, very open about it. That was really cool. The Scum one was funny. The London and Kendrick Excellent Adventures and Bogus Journeys, those 2 are great. The London and Kendrick Excellent Adventures, it came out like in 2010, but if you've never seen it, you have to. That's a fucking fantastic documentary. Like one of the best shoot interviews I've ever seen. And the Kevin Steen shows, Jay Lethal's really good. Excalibur's funny. Paul London's, that interview's crazy. There's just no structure whatsoever. Kyle O'Reilly's good. Tommaso Ciampa's great. He has a lot of great stories. He was actually a very surprisingly good interview. But very quickly, before I finish here, I want to talk about the Kevin Steen show with Matt Hardy. This was awesome. This is why I think Matt Hardy gets too much hate on the internet. He comes off as a very likable guy if you've ever seen him in any shoot interviews, and he did so here as well. He really, he has a very, very high wrestling IQ. He's aware of all the criticism you guys give him, and he's aware of why you guys hate him. He even like openly says, like, they hate me not just because I'm from the WWE, but because I was a WWE guy that they really liked. And when I did all that crazy shit in 2010 and 2011 and all that weird stuff online, they kind of resented me because I was one of the few WWE guys they liked. And then I kind of turned my back on them. And that's why they don't like me, not because I'm not a good wrestler. And I was just like, shit, he's right. Like, and he fully admits that he doesn't bump like he once did, that he doesn't wrestle like he once did, and that he doesn't have like strong performances. But he says what I've always said, that he could have a role, he could talk, he could do a few feuds here and there. And I agree. And honestly, everybody needs to watch this. Matt Hardy comes off amazing in this one. Kevin Steen show with Matt Hardy, by far my favorite Kevin Steen show. This is why Matt Hardy's a likable guy, and everyone that gives me shit for liking him, if you watch this, you probably will like, maybe you won't like him, but you won't hate him as much afterwards. Really, really, really should check it out, for sure. And that's all I have to say today. Order the Best in the World pay-per-view. Don't just watch the show, order it. Pay the $25 or the $34 for HD. Order it. They deserve your money. Come on. Like, don't buy the show. Don't fucking torrent it. Don't watch it online. Buy it on pay-per-view, watch it on your TV, because if you want ROH to become a mainstream promotion like that, you need to start paying them to be on your TV if you ever want them to be on your TV. That's what a lot of people need to realize. And that's all I got to say. And thank you guys for watching. I'm out. Goodbye.